Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Nikki, and thank you for joining me for part two of this wonderful discussion. So, as I was saying, when you cut off the sports and academics that make a young man and a young woman who they are, you cut off the lifestyle that they were meant to pursue, and you cut off the journey that they were meant to follow through on. I see it as this: when you take a young person and you kind of sponge things into their mind, naturally they're going to soak up those things and believe those things. Is it fair? Absolutely not. I feel like a young person should be entitled to their own destiny and their own future. Art, okay, painting, drawing, poetry, public speaking is education. It may not be other people's renowned thought of education, but it is education. It's the next level of education. The government just hasn't caught up yet. That's what it is. The government just doesn't see the beauty of education. Education is supposed to be beautiful. It's not supposed to be work. It's not supposed to be something that's hard and disappointing. Education is supposed to be enjoyable. Education is supposed to be something that you can look into and smile and to say, I've been educated today. That's how you're supposed to feel about education. You cutting off these different funds and these different programs that make education enjoyable, teaching a young man how to react with other young men, to respect other young men as people. Who are you to deny him of that education? A young woman learning to dance gracefully and not like a whore with other young women in dance programs. Who are you to take that away from her? That is education. Young children learning how to draw and write poetry. That is education. Is it the world's term of education? No. But is it more or less education? Yes, by all means. I feel like education is what you make it. Every day you learn something new, whether it's through dance, photography, writing, art. Everything is accessible to education. I feel like education is hardly textbook. Education is everything but a textbook. A textbook doesn't teach you anything but what somebody has just sat down at a desk one day and put together. I feel like the world is your textbook. The world is your canvas. The world and sports and art and the music program and the chorus program and the computer program and the poetry program, that will educate you. It will take you to the next level. Yes, reading, writing, math, very important. Very important to education. But why does it have to be the only type of education? Why can't there be a series of education? I learned a lot in school. I did. And I appreciate high school for what I got out of high school. But half the lessons that I learned in life have made me the young lady that I am today. Me being in medical school, beautiful thing. But would I rather sit with a head full of dreads and write poetry all day? Yes. Yes, I would. Will it provide me with immediate stability? Probably not. But see, people focus so much on money and the stability because that's what this is all about, right? Money. That's what this budget cut stuff is all about. So you take money from these athletic and these music programs, disturbing education, and yet you expect these young kids to stay in school. You expect them not to drop out. You expect them to think on their feet. But what do they have to think about other than what they love? See, people need to seal the cracks of education. Take the beauty of art and the strength of education and bond them together. because that is the truth of education. Creative art and mind is education, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let anyone tell you different. Love, peace, art, poetry, football, basketball, lacrosse, soccer is poetry, is education. Anything that makes you feel happy and you go home and you've learned a new play, or you've learned a new word, or you learned a new tune, that is poetry. That guitar class that you took out of the music program, that is education. Those after-school programs with those mentors who come from their jobs at 3:30 to sit and talk to those kids and pass out snacks, that is education. It's teaching a kid that they can trust somebody on the outside world. Education is the power of the mind at its highest level. That's what it's all about, people. I'm Nikki Blue. This is Poetic Fetish Network. Thank you so much for joining me today, and it's been my pleasure to once more bring to you my feelings about situations and how we can change it through the light of education and poetry and the words of our minds. I want you to write me, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to tell me your feelings. I want you to tell me your thoughts. Thank you so much for joining me for part 2 of Education is Art. Thank you so much. God bless.